Like if you got a phone call, a text message right now, and it was said that your a loved one passed away, it would probably get you in a certain state straight away because you're focusing on something. You'd tell yourself something. You'd change your physiology, right? And what if 2 seconds later they say, "Ha, lol, I was joking." So you completely changed how you felt, even though nothing had happened, but it was all internally. What did you say to yourself? What did you focus on in that moment? What did you do with your body? But you can train the other way. What does an empowered, whatever state, let's use confidence. What does healthy confidence feel like to you? What do you tell yourself? What do you focus on? And what do you do with your body? And then we'd condition that and then help that person enter that state when they need to. Because we do choose how we feel. Yes, you have feedback, what we talked about earlier, about like when you're triggered or things aren't serving you, it's feedback for you to get it back into alignment. But when you're like in a performance situation where you want to feel a certain way, you want to be a certain version of yourself, there's ways to activate that way of thinking, of that way of being. Like if I'm going into a coaching session and someone I know I know we're going to do a bit of a healing session. I don't want to be like fucking on and let's go, let's crush it. I want to really hold space for that person. So I want to really lower my energy a little bit and open up that safety for that person to really release and let go and feel vulnerable and feel safe to do so. So yeah, I would, to answer it, I would understand, what does the person want to feel? How do they want to be for what's coming up, whether it's a sales call or a jiu-jitsu match or a game of tennis or a football game or whatever it may be. What is the state that they believe is going to be most empowering for them for what they're going into? I'd get them or work with them to help them figure out how they can turn that on regardless of what's going on in their external world. Get them to activate that or go into that flow state, go into that state of mind through those three things that I mentioned. And so then they've got it's like a remote control. How you the TV is your body, is your mind, is all that stuff, and the channels that you experience is the different channels that you're choosing to put on. So if you put on a channel of happiness, you're going to do certain things. So we know if we do that, you're going to feel a certain way. If you want to feel confident, you're going to do certain things to feel that way. If you're going to feel fucking depressed or anxious, you're going to do certain things, right? So
Mm.
I would figure out, how do you want to feel? What's most empowering to you for this circumstance and what you're wanting to deal with, and then help that person go into that state. And if maybe they do it a little bit too much, that's cool. That's a learning curve. That's the boundary. You're probably too much fired up or too slow or too relaxed. We want to get that sweet spot. And then it's just like practice, just practice, paint the fence. You want to get used to going into that state of mind, and then you can consistently do it as effortlessly as possible.
It's definitely an area that I've become more and more interested in. As I watch other people, you give them tips and read this NLP book, or you do this tactic worked for me. I sometimes notice people who it moves from confidence in their change into the ego of, I'm so much better and I can do this. And then you see them it then self-destruct in another way. And then they have to change it back. And I think it's sometimes you notice that the people can sometimes switch into a deep learning that actually builds your confidence. It's not that
Yeah.
shallow win, it's that kind of, oh fuck.